At the end of this night's Impact episode, we had a fake news report of a, I think the guy said a global release pandemic, which I thought was nice and cheeky. Because you know me, I'm very much all about that dark comedy. If we can turn something terrible into something funny, I'm in. So we then we get like an image of a guy sitting drinking a beer, and right off the bat, Marks, I'm thinking it's Eric Young. And then the very first thing I see on the TV that he's watching is Eric Young. So I'm thinking, all right, it's an Eric Young return promo. Not the biggest thing that I'm, ever going to mark out for, but like the Matt Hardy broken stuff, if it helps the company, I'm all for it. But then we get shots of Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, Rockstar Spud. I'm being told it was very quick, so I did miss some. But I'm being told as well that EC3 and Mike Bennett were shown in this promo package too. And this promo package ended up being for Slammiversary. Now, considering that in April we were supposed to get, the return of TNA with guys like Chase Stevens. Yeah, that's the right one. Chris Harris. There's rumors of maybe Monty Brown being there. There was, a lot of, expectation that Slammiversary would be even bigger and better. But that show never happened, so we don't know what to expect anymore. And now we have Slammiversary hyping up potentially the return of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 people. Marcus, how do you feel about that?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. That was one of my predictions that they, I don't want them to bring back a whole heap, as you would say.
Or heap hop anonymous. Damn you, Marcus! You gave him all the easy ones.
Gave me the hip hop anonymous. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we all gonna have coming out of this mess. But no, I'm glad about it. I'm glad people, they're in condition both financially and perception wise for us anyway, that these people to come back like Rockstar Spud, EC3, because EY's gone, right? Like you said.
Yeah, EY's gone from the WWE as well.
Yeah, all these people. I mean, Spud is still on TV to win the Cruiserweight Championship. We know how this is gonna go, right? We all pretty sure that they literally, this is like the Cruiserweight version of Blue Balls.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm down for it. I mean, it almost feels like we described it. Almost feels like a 2020, and God forbid we don't need this again. But like an ominous aces and eights-esque type of thing. The company has a long storied fetish with "they're coming."
Oh God. I don't even want to. It's happened 3 times. Like I really can't even argue it.
But to be fair, it feels like Abyss announced it all 3 times. So if he's not there, we might got a chance. So you're saying there's a chance?
I don't know if this was just clever marketing, but they did film new stuff in Nashville this week, and we saw some of it tonight, actually, as Taya Valkyrie and Jordan Grace, quote-unquote, returned this week in Atlanta. Although they weren't in Atlanta. They had a completely different fucking background. It was a completely different set structure. And Jimmy Jacobs was there, and he wasn't there for the Atlanta stuff, at least that I remember. So I was like, yeah, now they're back. But that's stuff that we're going to see more of next week, and it's extremely it's entirely possible that EY, the club, Rockstar Spud, EC3, and Mike Bennett are all back. And frankly, I would love to see all 6 of them. Well, 5 of them. Eric Young, I'm hit or miss on, but the club would be a great addition to this tag team division. This tag team division is so often popping. You got Reno Scum, you got the Rascals, who are the new number 1 contenders. You got.
I forgot about them. I forgot they're gone, and because I don't think they had plans on going back to New Japan, did they?
They might. The club might. It'll be interesting to see what they might be doing. Both. They might go to Noah or All Japan. There's a good possibility that a lot of these guys aren't just going to stick in Impact. I think the club would end up working Noah and Impact, and considering that Impact is trying to still have, foreign. Saying relations sounds sexual. So let's say foreign relations with Japanese promotions. Ooh, so sensual. You know, having the club there would be a great ballyhoo, if you will. Him, Eddie, and Moose have tie. You know, them, Eddie, and Moose have ties to Noah already. So having Eddie, Moose, and the club being able to go back and forth would be, you know, thumbs up right there. And their addition to the Impact division with, you know, the Rascals, OVE, the North, Falabon, TJP, Reno Scum, and I'm sure Triple XL. Like, that's a deep fucking tag team division. That's fantastic. I don't see Eric Young's value, and truthfully, I've never seen his value unless you want to pair him back up with P.D. Williams and do a Team Canada part.
Yeah, unless you can put him back in one of Steve Urkel's transformation machines and give us the bearded EY back with the dun 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 dun.
Comes out strutting like a bushwhacker.
Yeah, or something like that. I'm good. He got these tattoos. He looks like a mildly successful skinhead. No offense, EY, but he got real complacent on that job. Which, I mean, they did him no favors, but Jesus.
No, they did not. If he comes back as silly EY, or like maybe, dude, who fucking knows? They might fucking Access TV might give EY back his show. Remember that show he had on Destination America, where like EY was like fishing and shit, extreme EY fishing.
Dude was the champion, one of the most beloved people in the company. Felt like he had 2 or 3 shows, and he was the champion. I know a lot of people like he failed as a champion, and obviously that's subjective, but man, he was hot, man, from a success perspective.
Well, I think when you look at EY specifically during that time period, you had EY. He was, you know, he won the belt from Magnus, who was struggling as fuck. You know, like I know Nick Aldis beat Sting and Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe and AJ Styles in like the span of 4 months, but they were all terrible wins. It didn't make him look good. And then EY beat him, and that was all supposed to build up to MVP taking the belt off of EY, but then MVP got hurt, and then they did, you know, something else happened. I think like Austin Aries got hurt as well, and it was going to be a triple threat match, or somebody else got hurt. I forget. It wasn't Austin Aries, because like the main event ended up being Austin Aries, EY, and Bobby Lashley, I think. And it was just like this whole clusterfuck, and then EY ended up being champion longer than they expected him to be, and then Lashley finally won the belt from him. And it was a whole fucking travesty, man. Like, damn. 2014 was a fucking rough year. I'll tell you what. But at least that was the same year we got the Hardys, Team 3D, and the Wolves doing their triple threat, best of 4 for some reason, triple threat match, which was fantastic. So, you know, who fucking knows? I don't know. But this is great, especially if it's Spud, because Spud and EC3 I think would be huge addition to this roster. Mike Bennett I think still has a lot left to give. I think you only scratched the surface in his first run. You know, so I think overall, like if this is some type of premonition of what's to come, I think Slammiversary is going to be off and popping. The only question or problem I have is, how are you going to have all these guys on your roster? So that takes me to another possibility. Are they actually going to launch that studio show that they filmed, I think it was like, what, at the start of this year, end of last year, where they're in LA and they did that studio show? And I think like one of the main events was Elgin Rhino, and it was really good. Because unless you're going to add technically a third show, because Explosion does exist, but unless you're going to add a third show to the lineup, there's no way you can fit all these guys on your roster unless some of these are going to be one-offs for the event. What do you think, Mark? Is we getting a third show? I mean, we have 5, but Impact could use a third. What do you think?
Third Impact. I mean, they look, man. They got a lot of. If nothing else, that show we covered. What was that offshoot show where everybody was different characters?
Oh yeah, like Impact Wrestling Championship Federation or something like that.
Yeah, they got enough characters to do a lot of stuff, man. They just got. I mean, it's just they caught everybody at a weird time because I mean we can't really be mad. I mean the whole Tessa thing is its own thing, mostly because he's champion. But you really can't fault somebody for not wanting to show up right now. It's crazy, and now with everything else going on, it's kind of a little bit of mild mayhem in the street. So, but they got so many different personalities on that roster. I mean, just look at how entertaining those those Rascals backstage segments are.
Mm-hmm.
The smoke. I call it the smoke show, which you might as well call it because she can't call herself that right now. Um,
The
but
Treehouse.
yeah, yeah, the Treehouse. I mean, but they got a lot of personalities, man. They just let them shine. That could be some really great content they can drive to their YouTube or, like you said, their website. So
Yeah. I would like to see a third show, especially if these guys are all coming back on full-time contracts, because I don't want to not see Falaba on TJP. And I think what we're getting with the main event scene with Eddie, well, not so much Eddie at the moment, but with like Sammy Callahan and Elgin and Shamrock, apparently that's going to be a triple threat match. Holy shit, I'm excited for that. You know, there's a lot of guys that I don't want to see get pushed by the wayside. And I also think there's an avenue for 2 new belts to be introduced that would be fucking right where this company needs to be. The Knockout Tag Team title belts, which we've been talking about ad nauseum, but also a Trios championship. I think a Trios belt would significantly help this company. And if you add a third show, boom.
really, trios, huh?
I think it would work. You know, I see the Rascals, you know, the Desi Hit Squad when Mahabali and Gama Singh Jr. are there. You know, that's a trio. You could do Scott Steiner, Jordan Grace, and Petey Williams. That's always a trio I'd love to see.
You're not. You're not wrong. Is the Desert Hit Squad completely done? Because I know Rohit was like, you notice they're not here. Is that because of the pandemic?
I think that's because of the pandemic, because Gama and his son are Canadian. So is Rohit, but I think Rohit moved to Michigan. And I don't know where Mahabali is. I can't imagine they already gave up on him, considering he was a pretty big focus on that Desi Hit Squad for some time.
I would love for him to collide with Fulton when he comes back.
Mahabali and Fulton.
Yeah.
2 hosses just going nuts. But, like, you know, you could do, like, Elgin in the North. You could do Eddie, Tommy, and Rhino. Like, you don't need to have, like, just straight up tag teams. Like, you could kind of modify it, too, and have, like, singles guys doing for the trios as well. And that way, like, you can, you know, give belts to people to help kind of boost their reputation while still kind of letting guys like the North and girls like Jordan Grace do the things with their individual belts. Because after watching Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz tonight, like, there needs to be more gold, because I don't want to just, like, you know, hopscotch the titles. But I also think that it's time that we put the belt on some other new rising talent. I think Tasha Steelz is Marcus. I saw something in her tonight that I didn't see in her NWA run. She's precocious, but also very athletic.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you put somebody like her with the right personality, like a Kiera Hogan. They really bounce off well with each other. Really, and what was the young lady's name that was in NWA with her? The other young lady who was kind of, basically her and the other young lady in the NWA was fodder to the overarching feud between Melina, Allison Kay, and Thunder Rosa.
Marty Bell?
Not Marty Bell, the other one. She looked like she was smaller. She was Cuban. What was the chick's name?
The other vaginal American?
Jesus.
Marcus is like, man, you're going to get us canceled.
Like, I've yet to make my white reference tonight. You've yet to call me on it. This is too soon. But,
I like that of this show, you're the racist. We're changing things up. We're flipping the dynamic. This is true equality. Lord.
Who's gone and done it now? Ashley Fox. That's who it was.
Oh, Vox. Yeah, okay. I love Vox. She's fantastic.
They basically came off as window dressing for that feud because they just keep them around in case one of them needed a tag partner or somebody wanted to do a handicap match. So seeing her in this position now, and I think she kind of knew that she could be doing more. So to see her with Kiera Hogan, who, I mean, it's just a great springboard off of that stuff she was doing with Reign. I really do think there are no other 2 people you could point at. I think obviously Havoc is teamed up with the other chick, but specifically Steelz and Hogan, to make a point for your point about bringing back those women's tag titles, man. You got to use those 2.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
what
agree.
shows.
I agree completely. They have a nice kind of dynamic. I didn't realize like Tasha Steelz is tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised if she's 5 foot because Kira Hogan's 5'4", and she looks like fucking Kevin Nash to Rey Mysterio in that ring. And I'm super impressed with Kira Hogan's footwork. She threw a kick tonight that I was so enamored with. I was like, oh damn, that's good. That's a good kick.
Can't wait to watch.
Oh, this is so good. Every time I see her, I'm just like, is it just the lady meat you're into? Because like, I'd totally eat a kick if I could take you on a date.
Yeah, she's so just she's incredible.
It's a fucking smile, man, and the blue hair. I don't know why, but like her hair, super sexy.
The smile, the blue hair, the rump roast, if you will. No, that's not what I wanted to. Yeah, but she got all the mixins for fixing.
Mixing shit. Are you saying she's Thanksgiving Day stuffing?
Let me stuff the target model. No, but look at that. Look at that roster, man.
This is fucking stacked.